Good morning and welcome to Peace Out, where we are all learning together to peace out. I know life gives us so many opportunities to choose whether we're going to peace out or whether we're going to freak out, right? I mean, that's kind of the two choices. And most of the time I freak out and then I peace out. So it's okay. It's a process. And hopefully the span between freaking out and peacing out is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. There's less of a gap. So it's like, oh yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah. Right. We're just learning to trust God more every single day with whatever comes across our path and our plates, right? We're just going to trust Him every single day. That's what it comes down to. Do we really trust God or do we not? And I have to say, sometimes I forget that I need to run to Him first. I try to solve things myself. This analytical mind of mine tries to sort through all the data and information and find a way. And it always comes down to, I'm just going to have to trust God. I'm just going to have to peace out and trust that He's got me and that He's got the situation, that He can give me wisdom. We can pray. God gives wisdom. All we got to do is ask. And that He's going to give me direction and guidance, and He will see me through whatever is on my plate for the day, right? And that's what I'm going to do all day long today. We'll just start right now, right? So last week, we talked about how God pursues us. We talked about some of the different ways how God is passionate about a relationship with us, how He went out of His way, so to speak, to make sure we could get back to Him. He's chasing us down. Goodness and mercy are chasing us. Trying to overtake us all the days of our lives. We talked about how He's a good shepherd. We talked about His eyes looking towards us, His hand reaching towards us, His ears always listening for our cries, even the ones that don't have sound or words, right? We talked about that. This week, we're going to turn that around and look at some people who chased after God. Because this is a mutual relationship here. God's chasing after us, and He loves it when we stop and go, oh, wait, I want to be caught by God. Is that maybe the big question? Do you want to be caught by God? Do you want to stop and let Him catch you? Let Him He wants a relationship with us. That's His whole heartbeat, is having a relationship with us, fixing things before they were broken, before they become broken. It's an amazing system that God has. But what if we just stop and chase Him back? It's a lot shorter journey, right? And it's a lot easier too. So we're going to talk about people this week who chased back after God. And we're going to start with Jacob in Genesis 32. Now Jacob is in a fix. He has deceived Esau, which his name means deceiver, anyway, to begin with. And so he took Esau's birthright. Now he asked him and got his soup. Right, and he got the blessing, but then he kind of had to trick his daddy into giving him the full blessing. And then Esau got mad, so Jacob left, went to Laban, asked for Rachel, got Leah, and then got Rachel. He's got children, he's got crops. God has really enriched his life. He's got servants, all this. So he sent all the servants and his wives and children over in one area, and he's here by himself. He's headed back to Esau, and he doesn't know what kind of response he's going to get because he did the man wrong, right? If he hadn't done Esau wrong, he'd go, no big deal. But he knew he was in the wrong, but he did what his mama told him, and it was the way things were supposed to play out, because we know the 12 tribes of Israel come from Jacob, who is in this story in Genesis 32 going to have his name changed to Israel by this messenger of God. So here he is, and an angel came to him. It says that Jacob was left there alone and a man wrestled with him, but man is capitalized. So that makes me think that it's speaking of deity. Now, maybe it was the pre-incarnate Jesus, or maybe it was an angel. A lot of times in the Old Testament, most theologians think, yeah, it's Monday. Most theologians, would probably agree that there were some instances in the Old Testament where Jesus came early, right, to visit. Sometimes it's an angel. Some say that Gideon was the visitor. To Gideon was pre-incarnate Jesus, and some say it's just the Holy Spirit, just like it's not less than, right? But whatever the man wrestled with Jacob until morning, all night long, whether it was an angel or Christ or representation, however you want to say it. Anyway, you want to look at it, it was a messenger from God, and he came to Jacob, and Jacob took hold of him and said, "You are not leaving until you bless me." And the man said, "Let go, I gotta go. It's daytime. I gotta go. Daylight's coming. Daylight's coming and I gotta go." Okay, so he's like, and Jacob goes, "No, I am not letting you go until you bless me." What tenacity. What passion. I want your blessing. I want the blessing of God, and I'm not letting go until I get it. There's a scripture in Isaiah 64 where Isaiah prays and he says, "Isn't there anyone who will call on your name, who will stir himself up or herself up to take hold of you?" And we see a picture of this here in Genesis 32. Jacob took hold of God and said, "I'm not letting go until I get your blessing." And so the messenger of God asked him what his name was. He said, "Jacob." He said, "Well, you're not Jacob anymore. Now you're Israel. Now we're going to have the 12 tribes of Israel. It's not the 12 tribes of Jacob," even though that's what he was named at birth. The angel or God changed his name from the deceiver to what did Israel mean? A priest of God. He went from being a deceiver to a priest in that moment. He is a messenger of God now himself. And the angel changed his name, or the messenger changed his name. And then he walks with a limp the rest of his life because he touched his hip. And here's what I want to get out of that. I love that limp. I want that limp. Do you want that limp? That limp that says, "I fought with God till I got him. I fought all night through the darkest season of my life, or through the most difficult circumstances in my life, till I found God and held on to him until he changed my walk, until he changed my life, until I figured out this peace out thing, until I figured out that he is with me, until I figured out that everything he wrote here is for me." I'll take that limp any day, right? Wrestling with God and prevailing is what he said. He said he's going to change his name. He said, you have wrestled with man and God and prevailed. He always won. Jacob always won. Israel, as he's going to be known from here on out. 12 tribes of Israel are on their way in this story, right? Soon there's going to be 12 tribes and Jacob's going to be gone. But he's like, you wrestled with man and you've wrestled with God, and you've won in both arenas. You are truly a prince. And you're going to walk with a limp to show that you wouldn't let go till you got what you wanted. And that's what I want to do. I want to take hold of God. Like it says in Isaiah, is there anybody who will take hold of God and not let go? I want to be that person, and an example of that just takes hold of God and says, I'm willing to walk with a limp because God touched me. I'm willing to walk differently than everybody else because God touched me. What a cool limp, right? What a cool reason to have a limp. The person who wrestled with God and won. Not just wrestled, but wrestled and won. He didn't wrestle and then wake up tired and go, oh my goodness, was it a dream? I would say maybe it was a dream, but there's no way, because he walked with a limp the rest of his life to show that he wrestled with God and won. He got what he wanted. I guess I'd have to ask then, what do we want? What do we want from God? What do we want from wrestling with God? Do we want ease of peace? Do we want to be able to peace out more quickly? Do we want to have that wisdom? He gives us wisdom. Out of his word come knowledge and understanding. Do we want to know him more? That's my prayer. I want to know him more, and I'm willing to wrestle through life to find him and to get hold of him. But here's the thing. Based on last week's devotions, Peace Out devotions, God's already chasing us. So when we stop and go, I'm going to chase him back, that distance is so much closer. You don't have as much to cover as if you just keep going this way and God's chasing you down. Right now, God can catch us because he's always here. But when we turn around and we meet face to face, that's a life-altering, limp-producing moment of holding on to God, chasing God and holding on to Him. So it's one thing to go into His presence and pray and say, okay, God, I need wisdom for this. I want your peace. I want, and talking to Him, learning to converse with Him, praying the scriptures, things like that, and leaving it there and walking away with nothing, or staying there till you're convinced God is really in you, because He is, and then walking out with a different gait, with a different step, even if it's a limp, going, God is with me. Every step is, God is with me. God's giving me His peace. God is with me. God's going to get me through this. And Jacob is going to face other struggles. As a matter of fact, he's going to do some pretty crazy stuff himself, but he's still going to walk with that limp because he fought with God. He took hold of God and would not let go. That's what I want the story of my life to be. I took hold of God. I didn't ever let go. And I'm not going to let go. And that's why I can peace out, because I know He's got me too. And I know He's got you too. That's why we can all peace out together today. He's got us and we've got Him. Have a great day. Peace out. I'll see you again tomorrow.